So, for this week's episode, I thought I'd talk about last week's vlog. I was thinking this because a lot happened. There's a lot going on, and it was a very busy week. Obviously, the first early days in uni, a lot of things happened, a lot of new things and new experiences for me occur. So I thought I'd cover two of the main things that happened and just talk about how I was feeling, how it was going on, and how I felt afterwards. So the first one is obviously the main reason for these vlogs and these videos is me getting back to training and what sort of program I'm doing. The end goal of all this training is basically me just getting back to basketball, playing basketball at a high level. So that's the end goal, that's the aim. And I've set many goals in between, little mini ones to extended ones, just to keep my motivation going and keep me focused on that end target. These little goals can be anything from just starting to run again, just normal things, all the way up to obviously playing again. And the idea is that I'm going to slowly build up muscles in my arms, in my legs, in my core, to get my body in shape for playing again, basically. So where I'm at now, I've probably done about 4 or 5 sessions, and there's already massive improvements. So as you saw in my vlog, there was that was basically my routine. There's minor changes here and there, but in the most part, that's my routine. So it's very slow, it's very sedentary, but it's a lot of just working the joints again, working the muscles, building up the flexibility and the balance and stability, all that sort of things in my legs, particularly in my legs, and so I don't risk sort of injury or anything. So it's very slow and it's very easy going, but it's enough to get me breathing again, breathing hard, get my heartbeat up, get me sweating. So it is doing progress, and already in between each session I can see massive improvements. It's getting easier on my body, my recovery time is much quicker. The way my legs feel afterwards and days after is much better, because it began with my legs just aching, a lot of lactic acid building up, my body feeling tired, exhausted, going straight to bed. Whereas now I'll come back and okay, my legs will feel it still, I'll be tired, but I will be nowhere near to the level I was. So that's already amazing signs. So again, we haven't put a time frame on this. It's not something I can rush. Maybe when I start getting closer, or come after Christmas or March, whatever it is, we might pick a date or a month that I might be able to get playing again. But even then, I'm not rushing it, I'm not picking a time, I'm just going and see how it goes. Well, the second big thing we want to talk about in this video, that happened in last week's vlog, was clubbing. And now, that might sound like you're 20, how can that be a big thing? But honestly, that was the first time I've been out, first time I've been clubbing. As weird as that sound, or as embarrassing as that might sound for a 20-year-old to say his first time he's been out clubbing, that's the reality. Why I didn't go out since I've been 18 and I've waited till I'm 20 is because obviously I was on treatment. I was in maintenance, so it was a bit easier treatment, but my immune system was still, low, extremely low. My immune system was around 1, my neutrophil was around 1, when it should be up in the 3s, 4s, 5s area. So it was suppressed, and that was the idea. You suppress your immune system for as long a period of time to reduce it coming back in the future. So obviously having a low immune system means you're more prone to getting infections, and that clicked in my head, and I was like, I don't want to be getting any infections, so I've got to be careful. And back when I was really neutropenic and when I had no immune system, I had to really focus on what I was eating, shaving, peeling, like cucumber and things like that, really fine-tuning and making sure all bugs were not there. But this carried on, and I couldn't get my head around it. I felt easier, and I felt better about just being clean. So I went through the full 3 years of doing everything I was told. I was quite disciplined in that I knew why I wasn't doing it, and I knew that I could control myself not doing it. So I didn't go clubbing, I didn't go to any crowded places. I had to manage my time. Like if I went to the gym or went to the cinema, I had to make sure I went on off-peak times. But clubbing, as tempting as it was, I knew that was probably the worst place I could be with a low immune system. Now, they never said I couldn't go. They recommended I didn't. They knew I was young. They knew chances are I probably would at some point in this 2 years. But me knowing me, I said no, I'm not going. I'd rather not be ill or get an infection and just miss out 2 years. I can always catch up now, which I am. So I managed to go the full 2 years of just going, watching my mates go out, watching my brothers go out, watching everyone go out, and me just sitting at home. But I got one infection in my full 3.5 years, and that wasn't even my fault. I got sepsis, and that wasn't something to do with me being unhygienic. People might think that was sad, that I didn't go out, or people might think, you're not living, you're not there. But I knew what it was like to have an infection, and I didn't want that life. I didn't want to be in hospital. So I would say I wasn't sad, I wasn't miserable, I had fun, just within limits that I could make sure that I wasn't getting ill. Because even if I caught a cold or a cough, it means going into hospital, getting antibiotics. And funny enough, I went clubbing for the first time a couple of weeks ago, or in that vlog you saw, I ended up with a cough or a cold. So yeah, it obviously shows that you do get coughs and colds from them. You can do anyways, which I just sort of laughed at, and my body has dealt with it well, got over it, and I'm alright. So that was good to hear. So that was why it was such a big deal to me, going the first time out at 20. People laugh at me and people say, well, you should go out, stop being such a germ freak, stop being that. But I know what I was doing worked, and this is what these videos are going to be focused on, is doing it from my perspective. I was probably the only one that I know that actually was super germ freak, carrying sanitizer around, making sure I'm avoiding places, making sure I'm doing certain things, peeling my cucumber, for instance, that people will laugh at. Even other people with cancer would laugh at. But I knew it worked. And these people were in and out of hospital. I had nurses come up to me and say, why aren't you in hospital getting infections? In the nice way. They weren't being like wishing it upon me. They were just asking, they were curious to see what I was doing to keep out of hospital, to avoid it. And it was so much so that I had several researchers come and research me and why I was what I was doing to keep out of hospital and keep away from infections. So these videos are going to be focused around me and what I was doing as far as that's concerned. Whether it's the right way to do it, I don't know. But for me it worked, and I don't regret it. I feel happy about it, and I'm going to share it with you guys to see if it will help anyone else. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you want to follow my journey and keep up to date with my videos and uploads. And remember, you can, you will.